Good evening, and you're listening to Faces for Radio with James Evans,
Miles Poole,
and Alex Stratton-Lake.
We've got a fantastic show lined up for you tonight, guys. We've got features galore. We've got the Would I Tell the Truth to You? We've got the Would You Rather. We've got Alex Gadget. And to celebrate the re-election of Barack Hussein Obama, we are giving away an origami goose. So
that could be yours.
What do we think about that, guys?
That's probably one of our best prizes, I'd say.
Yeah, I think so. Last week
was Obama into origami? Is that where's the link?
Sorry, I'm not following you. I'm not following you.
Do we need a link?
No, I don't think so.
I just think it's a celebration.
Yeah, yeah. I think you'd be pleased with an origami goose. Yeah. I think he'd be pleased with an origami goose. Not as pleased as winning the election.
In, then.
Yeah, well, do you think that was his backup plan? You know, if I don't get elected president again, well, perhaps I'll just get an origami goose.
I thought you meant his backup plan, if he didn't get elected, was just to come and listen to this show. That'd be a pretty devastating backup plan, wouldn't it? Right, let's go to our first song.
First song, Calvin Harris, Sweet Nothing. That was Calvin Harris with Sweet Nothing.
Fantastic song.
Fine.
I always feel obliged to say that the songs we've chosen are good, even if I don't think they are.
I know what you mean, but I...
Is that kind of like a self-compliment to yourself, since you are...
No, I just feel it helps the show sort of flow better.
Yeah? Do you think the flow's helped by us evaluating our evaluations?
No, I was going to say much unlike this conversation that's happening now, actually.
Okay, well, we'll move swiftly on.
To the feature. Yeah, we were having the meeting the other day to plan this show. Yeah. We were all getting a bit nostalgic about school and sixth form particularly, weren't we?
A couple of us burst into tears.
Yeah. A couple of us, so two-thirds of us burst into tears. Naming no names, Miles and Alec. So I'm the man of the group, the strong one, you know.
What
I don't know where this is going.
The point is,
anyway, sixth form.
Our theme for Would I Tell the Truth to You is sixth form.
Yeah, it is.
Should we try another jingle, or is that out the window now?
No, we're having the jingle, guys. We're having the jingle.
Do we have a standard one yet?
I don't think we do. Should we just try and improvise? Yeah.
Oh Christ!
Would I?
Oh God! This is shocking.
Tell the truth to you.
That'll do.
Love it.
Okay, Alex asking the questions this week.
I am indeed, but I can't ask any yet because you haven't given me a story. Miles, why don't you start us off?
My story. In sixth form, I used to build a fort out of chairs to escape my problems.
To escape your problems?
Yeah.
Okay. My story is that in sixth form, I was once kidnapped. So...
Okay. These are two absolutely absurd stories.
One of them's true, and the listeners have got to text in and let us know which one it is for a chance of winning an origami goose.
If you're looking on the webcams, you can probably see it in front of me on the mixing desk just there.
We were having an argument whilst the song was on because I actually think it looks more like an origami chicken.
Shall we just say
origami snob you are, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's an origami bird and you can project whatever species you want.
It doesn't have wings.
Oh.
Or legs.
Is it a bird?
Is it a plane?
It's got a beak. Planes don't have beaks.
We've lost focus.
We're moving away from the competition, the amazing competition. Alec, you're asking the questions.
Questions, yeah.
Okay, Miles, we'll start with you. You say you build a fort to escape your problems. I mean, what sort of problems did you think would be solved by building a fort?
If, say, I hadn't done some work for a class or something, then I'd just not go to the class and hide in the common room in my chair fort.
Right. So, and I mean, and no one thought, well, this is strange. You know,
they couldn't see me.
No one fought about the fort.
James's joke of the week.
Yeah, that's my joke of the week. Anyway, sorry, carry on, Alex. I had to make that
That
pun.
threw me off, just how bad that was. Because I'm used to some sort of level of quality, however low it is, but that went way too low.
Sorry. Carry on. Do carry on.
Yeah, but I was only asking just because, I mean, did no one notice while you were building the fort?
No.
Not a very observant school, yours, was it?
I built it from the inside so they couldn't see me.
Oh right, I see. I can just imagine like members of your school walking past and going, "Has that fort of chairs always been there?" Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think they're walking past going, "No, it's Miles, but don't ask." We let him do his thing.
Were you like, if you were like had a problem within a conversation, would you ever break off mid-conversation to start building a fort?
A couple of times, yeah.
A couple of times.
Yeah, it was quite sneaky though, so it's fine.
Sneakily building a fort.
Sneakily arranging chairs around you to cover your
and
height.
then I'd tell them to look somewhere else, and then they'd look back and they wouldn't see me. All they'd say is the big fort.
Jeez.
And they wouldn't like start to sort of try and get in because it looked so.
Well, you wouldn't.
Well, no.
That's quite an obvious sign that someone doesn't want to talk to you.
How often did he do this? How often did you do this, Miles?
Twice a week.
Twice. Right. Makes it sound like you had like a date in your diary, like Monday it's fort building day.
Usually Wednesday afternoons, and I had another one just sort of for whenever.
Sort of like a free.
Yeah.
Was there something on Wednesday afternoon that you were fearing?
No, just midweek.
Midweek, that time of week.
It's just
a scary
sort
time.
of stranded. At the beginning of the week, you're near the weekend, and at the end of the week, you're near the weekend, so it's fine.
Right.
But in the middle of the week, you're sort of stranded. And so I just found the fort comforting.
Well,
right,
I mean, you first said the story, and it sounded ridiculous. I've asked you several questions, and
now
it
sounds plausible.
It sounds even more ridiculous. See if we've got any more luck with you, James. So you say you were kidnapped.
Yeah.
Why were you kidnapped?
Well, it was around that time in sixth form when everyone was getting cars. Well, I say everyone, some of my friends were getting cars, and people wanted to sort of sneak out and go to McDonald's or... Well, no, it was just go to McDonald's. That was what we'd sneak out for. I wanted to do some work. My friends decided that that was unnecessary and forcibly removed me from the common room, put me into a car and took me to McDonald's.
Okay. Well, fair enough. So I mean, did you manage to buy anything from McDonald's, or were you like in the boot of the car?
No, I was in the back. I was really angry with them, but I had a Happy Meal, so that cheered me up. Got a little Darth Vader toy free.
Playing with it in the boot.
Quite peaceful kidnappers then, really. I mean, if I'd been kidnapped and I just ended up with a Happy Meal at the end of the day, I would have...
Yeah, but I wanted to get my work done, and they prevented me from doing that. So
brain food, McDonald's.
Is it? Is it really?
It's what I've always been told. How were you kidnapped? I mean, like, were you just like picked up?
Yeah.
Or... you were?
Yeah, no, I was. I was sitting in my chair. I said, "No, I'm not coming. No, I'm not coming." They tried to convince me. They tried to persuade me to come to McDonald's initially, and then they started saying, "No, you're going to McDonald's. You're going to McDonald's." I went, "No, I'm not. I'm obviously not." And then they sort of had this little private conversation between themselves, and it was clear what they'd got out of that, which was they were just going to pick me up and forcibly remove me. I'm not a strong man.
You should have been.
No. It might shock you. It might shock listeners to learn. I'm not a strong man. And one of my friends was about your build, and one of them even slightly heavier, and I was powerless to resist. And of course, once we got to McDonald's, I was powerless to resist buying something myself.
Oh, of course, of course. I mean, and one final question. Obviously, very difficult time.
Yeah.
Being kidnapped.
Yeah.
You must have had a lot to deal with afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, are you still friends with your kidnappers? Or,
Have
relationship's been strained ever since that?
No, we're still fairly close, I'd say.
Okay, fair enough.
I didn't resent them for too long afterwards. Maybe a few weeks.
Maybe a few weeks. Did you ever try and get revenge?
I gather that's how long it takes most kidnapping victims to get over their ordeal. A couple of weeks.
Depends if they get the Happy Meal or not. That's the deciding factor.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
I think what happened is I got that, a thing where kidnapping victims sort of appreciate their kidnapper after Stockholm syndrome. From being in the car for half an hour, I developed that. No, I get on
also
well
probably would have helped that you say you're friends with your kidnappers. So you knew them already then.
Yeah.
So you didn't press charges.
No, I didn't press charges. No, it wasn't a serious kidnapping. Of course, real kidnappings are very serious, and but this wasn't. So,
all right. Well,
all right.
Text in or email in if you've got any more questions to try and
075
get the truth.
075 071 87777 or studio@radio.warwick.ac.uk if you want to win the goose or the chicken.
Yeah, so just email or text in any questions and who you think is telling the truth.
Yeah.
Excellent. Should we go to another song?
I think we should. We've got the vaccines I always knew. That was the vaccines I always knew. It's all right.
James, do you think that was a good song?
Good song, yeah. Like I always say, good song, good song. It's my catchphrase, isn't it?
Broken record, you are, aren't you?
Oh dear.
Right, so we've got our newest feature.
We
Introduced last week in the James Bond special. Now a regular.
Oof.
Exciting.
A lot of pressure.
Should we do
I
the
feel.
jingle?
Go on then, let's try it out.
Wow, 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 wow.
Alex Gadget.
That's brilliant.
That's
I like
all right.
that.
Yeah. I think that
That's-
went a bit better than our Would I Tell the Truth to You jingle.
Yeah, I think so.
What are you talking about? That was amazing.
As a disclaimer, I just think I should say that the jingle is probably going to be the best part of this feature.
I think that's
I don't
fine because
think-
I think the jingle was so good it would be difficult to top that.
Yeah, I mean, no, the jingle involves all three of us as well, doesn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, so. Anyway, sorry. Carry on, Alec.
So what's your
All right.
Or start.
Gadget
Not
of the
carry on.
week today. I like to think of myself as like a little inventor. So I'm sharing my insights with you all. My gadget of the week this week is the MP player.
What?
Shall I repeat that again?
Yeah. Go ahead, that again.
The MP player.
Right.
Okay.
And what exactly is an MP player?
I don't know how uncomfortable this is for the listeners. Well, the MP player
You've got to explain it. You can't just keep doing the name.
is similar to an MP3 player. So
Right.
it's a little device which plays certain media, but it's not songs. It's not songs. It smells.
Right.
So you can download your favourite smells onto your MP player,
Yeah.
and then just play them at will.
Right.
Wow. So you've got like a library of smells.
A library of smells. I don't know how you'd get these smells.
You haven't got that far.
Download them.
Yeah, you download them. Yeah, maybe like an iTunes, but
Yeah.
or
Maybe you
tunes.
Well, I was going to say actually, I'm looking for a device which could do something like this, but I'm looking for a sort of snazzy white version which costs twice as much as a generic product. Can you offer me anything?
I can offer you the pad.
No,
Pod.
isn't it the pod? Surely.
Pod.
Same thing.
And there's a phone as well, which does all of those.
And
Okay.
Pod Touch.
Right. Okay.
We've got a whole range. It's not just one gadget this week. It's a whole range of devices.
Now, I don't want to alarm either of you, but I'm worried this feature has just turned into a series of sniffs.
You could have like a sort of like sound hound, but you waft it around and it picks up smells, and you can download them later.
Enjoy them later.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I mean, this could help you in a range of situations. Like, say you're in an elevator, you awkwardly fart.
Oh god.
Just
Get out your MP player
Yeah.
and just quickly play a nice smell. And
Play a nice smell.
so it like plays out loud. You don't have little headphones to stick in your nose.
yeah, it's got its own speakers,
Okay, right.
of which the
I didn't
smell
realise
kind
that.
of like comes out of.
Basically a digital air freshener. That's what you've come up with.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you could like
Fantastic.
listen to it on the bus.
Smell it on the bus.
But have you never picked up your air freshener and go, if only this was electronic?
Well,
There's a hole in the market, James.
well, yeah, but you know, the flaw in your business proposal is that you have no idea how this would be made or
Doesn't matter.
implemented.
Miles
It's
is a
for the
physicist.
inventors.
just an idea.
Miles
Miles is a physicist. You
so
probably need a
perhaps-
chemist for this, though. I would suggest.
Nah.
No. Okay.
Alec will do it.
Well, okay.
Miles can build forts without anyone noticing mid-conversation.
Well, can he?
Yeah.
So perhaps he could
Yes.
probably make a
Can you?
pod.
Brilliant, fantastic.
I think it's quite a good invention.
Yeah, it's an invention.
It's got a few flaws that we've got to work out.
Yeah, we've got to tackle them,
Yeah. But
but we'll get there.
it'll be on the market in a few weeks, I'm sure.
Yeah, fantastic.
If you listeners have any thoughts or comments on the MP player, then please do email or text in.
Yeah. Well, what's the number?
075 071 87777, or email studio@radio.warwick.ac.uk.
Awesome. Speaking of texts and emails, have we got any in?
We've got a few texts.
Good stuff.
First one from someone says, play some classic rock.
Okay.
Shall we?
Yeah, we'll play some classic rock.
We can
for
do
you.
that, yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. And the second one from Laura says, I think Miles is telling the truth. He likes engineering and I think he can make a very impressive fort. It also sounds like his usual level of problem solving.
Ooh,
Also-
compliment and an insult there. All in
James
one.
is-
Reputation precedes you.
James could overpower his would-be kidnappers easily, I'm sure. So,
Oh, yes.
Ooh, a little bit of flirting as well. There, do I sense?
Who is this, Laura?
don't know.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. She thinks that I was telling the truth, so that's
Well,
all
she
that
thinks I
matters.
would be able to overpower any potential kidnapper.
Exactly.
So.
So
It
lying.
would be weird.
I
wouldn't
think
it,
I
if,
think lying is a worse trait for a man.
Than what?
To be fair, than
Weakness.
being able to overpower. Yeah, weakness.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Any more?
Okay. No, that's it.
That's a lot for now.
Got one vote for me.
Okay. Well,
There we go.
there we go. What's next? We gonna play a song?
I think we should play a song. Yeah.
Yep.
What have we got? We've got Biffy Clyro, Stinging Bell.
Yeah.
Is that
I
how you
love
say
this
it?
song. I've been listening to this song all week, so I was quite adamant that we'd play this.
Yeah.
So if the listeners were in any doubt, James thinks that this is a good song.
But genuinely this time. I mean, genuinely.
What, have you been lying to the listeners prior?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, not at all. But I mean, let's be honest. This is a good song. Kick it, Miles.
Good evening. This is Mars Pool with today's top stories. A pair of takeaway staff members had a brush with death last week when they were assaulted by a customer wielding a broom handle. It's thought the incident occurred after the two men tried to break up an argument outside Bodrum Grill Takeaway in Aldershot. But police are currently sweeping the area to get a handle on the situation. PC Philip Howe said this is a particularly nasty attack and asked for any information that might get this cleared up. Secondly, last week there was this cat in Worcestershire called Milo who weighed 23 pounds and was so fat he got stuck in his cat flap, but then his owners, called Paul and Fiona Bearcroft, who are 45 and 42, took him to De Montfort Veterinary Hospital and put him on a diet until he lost so much weight he only weighed 14 pounds and could fit through his cat flap again. But apparently that's still quite chubby, as normal cats should only weigh about 8 to 9 pounds. But that's okay because veterinary nurse Sam Beer said Milo is a very big cat anyway, but not a big cat like a lion, just a big normal cat. Finally, a man has been elected US president. Tune in next time for another FFR Newscast. Thanks for listening.
Brilliant.
I just love how much detail you gave to a story concerning an obese cat.
I thought I needed to know.
Like brushed over the fact that
Brushed over. Hey, the broom story. You brushed right over that.
Yeah, I have to apologise to the listeners for James having just really awkward laugh throughout Miles's newscast.
You were laughing as well. The thing is, Alec is ashamed of laughing at Miles's newscast. He takes a microphone away, and I think you should hear me laughing so you know it's funny.
Because our audience needs a prompting, don't they?
I'm like the canned laughter.
We need to get a bed for that. That'd be great.
What,
What, canned laughter?
So
Yeah.
that we
Yeah,
could
that
just
would be
cue it
brilliant.
up and just have an audience laughing at all our terrible jokes.
Or just throughout.
Anecdotes. Just constant laughter.
Non-stop, just looping.
Not you though, Miles.
Oh.
That was infuriating and only went on for about 6 seconds. So if that was looped
All
for an
the
hour,
way
I
through.
would
Just quietly.
I would not
So
be
you
happy.
don't quite know if you're hearing it or not.
Just make you go slightly mad.
Brilliant. That's what we want our show to do.
I feel like I'm going slightly mad right
Rocking
now,
in
to
a
be
corner
honest.
until next week.
Brilliant. Right. What have we got? What are we doing?
I have to say,
We,
that story about the obese cat did remind me of my pet cat, to be honest. You know,
Nigel.
yeah. Oh, God. He meows like a crying baby. Like that's
Aw.
that's the sound of him
That
meowing.
must be infuriating.
Yeah, it's hot. And since he meows at everything, it's not great. But yeah, I mean, you were saying that he got stuck in a cat flap.
Yep.
Nigel, we had to buy a small dog flap for him.
Oh,
At least you
dear.
didn't have to fit garage doors.
Yeah, can you imagine that? We just have to get an automatic door for him now
Yeah.
because we
Yeah,
can't
but
get
the
anything
problem is you
right
feed your
size.
cat really well. This is the trouble. Your cat's on a really he's on
better
an
than you.
expensive diet. Yeah.
I don't know your cat. I have no comment, but
These
From what I've heard.
problems are only going to mount up if you keep feeding your cat so well.
Well, I'm sorry that we love our pet.
Well, you should just do what our family do and starve the cat.
Although we don't condone animal abuse.
No, of course not. It's a joke. No one. Oh, dear
Exactly.
me.
If we had to can laughter right now, then we wouldn't have to say that.
We wouldn't have to clarify it at all.
We just had AC/DC Back in Black for our mystery listener who requested
Some
is that
classic rock. Yeah.
And then I assume it's them, emailed again saying yay.
Yeah, it's quite weird because it's not just a mystery person who's emailing in.
Oh, we're going to let the
in-
listeners in on this.
Well, it comes in as my name,
Which is kind of...
Spooky.
Are you sure it's not you? Because you could just ask for classic rock if you want. We had a meeting about this.
You could have put in your request then. You didn't need to wait till now, Alec.
I've got enough, face-to-face contact with you guys. I just thought,
Yeah,
anything extra, I'll
someone
do
needs to text
electronically.
whoever's signing off as Alec, could you let us know your real identity? As we'd love to get to know you for who you really are.
That sounded so creepy.
That did sound really creepy. Just thinking about
Now
it
no one's going to text me with their name.
Hello, we'd love to get to know all our listeners. Dear me.
Not like that.
No,
Not like that.
Not like that at all.
I'm just saying, if we had to can laughter, we wouldn't have to clarify with that.
No, absolutely not. We'll get that for next week.
Although it's sad that we do have to clarify that we don't want to do anything dodgy with our listeners. Just want to...
Stop talking about it.
want
Just
to
stop
be
talking about
friends.
it.
Right, where are we?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, we might have some listeners which we have like a love interest in.
Oh.
You know.
Oh,
No, I'm
Dun, dun,
Actually,
dun.
but Laura's texted in and
saying how strong you
And
are.
saying how strong I am. So I think there's
Alex
definitely
texted
something
in,
there.
and we know he loves himself.
Brilliant. What have we got?
Right,
What are we doing?
We've got our flagship feature now.
Oh yeah, of course we have. Would you
Would you rather?
spectacular?
All right, this one we've sort of had queuing up for a few weeks now.
Oh yeah.
Just not really had time to do it with the Bond and all
Special.
We had the Bond special. We had to cancel the week
Yeah.
prior, didn't we? So,
that. Right. Would you rather have a person following you, narrating your whole life for the rest of your life,
yeah.
or never be able to open a door for yourself
What, without assistance?
without assistance?
Ooh.
That's a tricky one.
Even automatic doors.
Right.
You need to get someone to come over and jump in front of it for
That
you.
would be cruel,
Then you can
wouldn't
go
it?
in.
When you
It
just
would.
see people and the doors just open for them,
Not
and
you.
then when you come in, the doors just shut. No.
Not today, sorry.
What would you do for an automatic door? Who would assist you? Would you have to phone up a mechanic and go, look, I'm sorry.
Just get someone else.
Yeah. You
Just
so you sneak in with them?
yeah.
You don't have to
okay.
sneak in. You can just say, "Could you open the door
They
for me?
just wave in front of the.
I have a
little
problem,
sensor
which
thing."
means I can't open doors."
I have a syndrome.
It wouldn't be. I don't know what it would be.
Some sort of disease.
This show is more bleak each week. Do we have to talk about insanity and syndromes and diseases week on week?
I don't know.
Okay.
I suppose we do.
Do you reckon a doctor could help you with it?
I don't think so.
A good doctor? He probably.
Is there a vaccine for this?
It's theoretical. Anyway, what are we thinking, guys?
Well, before I make a decision, I want to know the voice of my, potential narrator. I mean, if he's got like the voice of like Morgan Freeman or something, then yes. I mean, I want him now to narrate my life.
Right?
Don't you think that like your life would seem so much more interesting if he was narrating?
Yeah,
it?
but you get sick of it after a while.
I don't
wouldn't
think you would.
I think you would. So you're going to go for the narrator.
Well, I'm just saying it depends on the voice.
But
I
if,
think-
if it were Morgan Freeman or Stephen Fry, then you'd be. Up
Yeah,
with
I think I'd be happy with that. Actually, not even. No, it's just Morgan Freeman.
So not
I
Stephen
think
Fry.
it's
No, not
up to
Stephen Fry.
you, but you've got to remember that person will be following you for the rest of your life, so they won't be able to make any more films,
That's true.
which is quite sad.
Are you willing to give up Morgan Freeman's career for your own selfish purposes?
Well, you're painting me as the bad guy.
Yeah, I am.
I'm giving
Actually.
him like lifetime employment here.
I
don't
don't
pay
think
him.
he needs lifetime employment from you, to be fair. As one of the most well-paid actors in Hollywood.
No,
I don't
you
think
say
he
he
wants a
doesn't need
job
my
of following
charity.
you around, talking about your life events.
I mean, would he be interested?
No,
No, Who doesn't want to do it?
Again, it's
just the curse that's
theoretical.
on you.
It's
So, like, well, I mean, all I'm saying is, like, if I went to the fridge and Morgan Freeman went, and it goes to the fridge, that's boring. I mean, is that could that happen? Because I want him
It'd
judging
probably make
me.
it sound interesting. I don't know. You could probably tell him what to do.
Would either of you want a narrator talking through the most intimate moments of your life?
Um.
No? Yes?
Like
Well, actually, I mean, you know, like when you say
Okay.
like, you know, you go to your friends, and you say you've done something, and they go, well, you know, pics or it didn't happen. You know, like
What?
you need.
Freeman could be there, like
you
it
need-
did happen.
Yeah, exactly. So if something really special in your life happened, you'd definitely have that kind of evidence to find your friend.
How many of your friends require evidence of things that do you just lie to people regularly? I was at the Taj Mahal last week. I want some sort of evidence. I got Morgan Freeman. So
Exactly, that could be
Go
my
on,
trump
Morgan, tell
card.
It would be kind of annoying in lectures, for example.
yeah, you'd have.
He'd just be sat at the back going, he falls asleep on the desk.
Yeah, that would be rather awkward. But I'm thinking, no, even the most intimate of moments would be when it becomes troublesome. If you know what I mean.
Nope.
No, you need me to clarify further.
Don't get what you're talking about.
Yeah, could you clarify a little bit further, James?
When you're being, when you're making love, so to speak, you would not want a narrator.
Well,
Would you? What is your
know.
obsession with Morgan Freeman? Does he have to be there for everything?
I mean, when I'm having those moments, I usually just imagine Morgan Freeman. I might as well actually have him present.
Well, we're all learning things about you today, Alec. And sorry, when you say you're imagining him, to distract yourself or to encourage yourself?
To encourage, I think.
Okay, all right,
I think
okay, right,
Morgan
okay,
Freeman's
that's
always a
okay.
positive influence.
What's that series he did recently? Through the World?
What's going on? I looked away for a minute. We've got some text, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Brilliant. Complaints.
This one,
No doubt.
we're
Right.
going downhill.
Yeah. Wait, is that a text?
No.
You're going downhill.
This one's kind of unnerving. This one's from me.
What? It's from Miles.
Yeah, it says Miles Pool.
this is very odd.
This is odd. Are we in a parallel universe right now?
Where we're
texting in
texting
our own
ourselves. That or someone's using a fake name. I mean, which is more likely? You're the
I
physicist.
don't know how the email system works, to be honest.
Oh, okay, right.
So
Perhaps it's just a coincidence, and there is just another Miles Poole and another Alex.
yeah, that's probably
listening to the
likely.
show.
That's probably very likely with the sheer number of listeners.
Yeah, because with so many listeners, there's bound to be another Alex Stratton-Lake because it's such a common name.
Right. This message from me says.
Surely you don't need to read it.
I thought it just said Miles Poole. I thought Miles Poole had texted just saying Miles Poole.
No, it's a message from me.
Yeah.
It says, I would rather not be able to open doors by myself. Laura can do that job. So, yeah, there we go. That was my thoughts the whole time.
Brilliant.
I may have texted in, I can't remember.
Okay, did you? I
don't remember. I don't think I did, but this seems to disagree.
Okay, so you're saying that you've emailed in saying that you wouldn't mind not being able to open doors because you just get your girlfriend to do it.
Yeah.
And your girlfriend's listening.
Yeah.
Okay, next text.
Oh, this is awkward.
Next
Sorry, I
text.
didn't mean that.
Next text.
Next text. What about having the narrator when you're on the toilet?
Yeah. What about it?
That would be awkward, wouldn't it?
Right, who asks?
Doesn't have a name.
That? Okay.
Well, I don't know. I mean, being on a toilet's quite a lonely experience, isn't it? So perhaps if you had a
Do you
narrator...
need company? Do you need someone to hold your hand?
I don't think company's ever a bad thing.
I think it is in that instance. If it is in any instance, it's that instance.
Well, all I'm saying is all my housemates refuse to go to the toilet with me. So
Describe what you're doing as you do it. It'd be a bit odd in public toilets when people walk in and they hear Morgan Freeman's voice saying, He searches frantically for toilet paper.
You're brilliant.
To be fair, there's never going to be a positive thing coming out of going into a public toilet, is there? I mean, that's...
Could find money on the floor.
Yep.
Do you want to touch that money?
Depends
Would
how
you,
much
Miles?
it was.
I think we should say that some public toilets are very well cleaned.
What, are you sponsored by the government or something?
No, I'm just saying, they do a hard job, let's not put them down, in our ivory tower. Right? So, next text, please, Miles.
Yeah. Us and our private toilets.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly. No more.
Okay, no more
That's
texts. Right.
Remember, if you want to text in for the Would I Tell the Truth to You?
Yep.
075 071 87777 or studio@radio.work.ac.uk.
Should we remind them of the Tales of Woe?
Yeah. I used to build forts to escape my problems.
And I was kidnapped in sixth form.
Yeah.
God, that really does sound bleak when you say it like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But it was fine. It was all fine. I mean, I was forcibly removed from the room I was in, against my will. But anyway, it was fine. I don't hold any grudges.
Not much mental scarring.
fine.
Anymore.
Shall we move on to a song then?
I think we should. We've got Lost Prophets, Last Train Home.
Good song.
That was Lost Prophets, Last Train Home. I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we were trying to play a different Lost Prophet song.
Yeah, we were. We were trying to play Rooftops, but they didn't have it, sadly, on the system.
Honestly.
But that was a...
Radio Warwick is holding us back.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the
full
trouble.
potential.
Just wait till we're on Radio 1.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I bet you will be able to play Rooftops then.
No, we
Ooh.
won't. We'll have to play One Direction and... I don't know.
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
All that nonsense.
We just
Dear
sound
me.
like a bunch of middle-aged men, trying to think of popular bands, or what are the young'uns into these days?
Sound like middle-aged men. In the medieval ages, we would be middle-aged men. So
That's a happy
Good
thought,
point,
isn't it?
James.
Yep. That's
There we go.
that.
So it was Halloween last week.
It was.
Anyone do anything special?
Was it actually?
Yeah, it was. Well, sometime.
Was it last week?
Yeah, it was.
God,
Yeah.
it feels like a while ago.
I went and saw Skyfall that night.
Oh
Was
yeah.
that Halloween?
Yeah.
Did you go to
Dressed
see
up?
Skyfall dressed up?
No.
You should have.
No.
I remember when I went to see Iron Man. I went dressed up as Iron Man.
Yeah.
Cinema.
It was
Brilliant.
embarrassing.
Oh yes, you were with me,
Yeah,
weren't
I
you?
was with
Yeah, we
you.
got some looks in the car park.
To be
That's
fair, you did
hilarious.
share the mask, so that sort of
That's
made
true.
up for it. Yeah.
I remember getting asked why you dressed up like that, and I thought, I'm in a cinema car park. Iron Man's just come out. Isn't it self-explanatory? But whatever. Some people are going to judge, and that's that's up to them.
It's their prerogative.
Yeah, exactly.
So, brilliant. We've got to give away our prize, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our winner this week is Laura. You win the
Origami.
goose.
I thought we decided it was a chicken.
Chicken.
Well, you win
goose,
it.
Thing.
So well done, Laura.
Congratulations.
Wait,
answer-
she got it wrong, didn't she?
Oh, she's the only person that asked.
That answered.
Oh, hang on a sec. Well, shall we reveal who told the truth?
Yeah, you got it wrong. Sadly, it was James.
I was
James
kidnapped.
did get kidnapped.
And there's a twist to
he's-
the tale. I was actually kidnapped by Alec and another friend.
Hello.
So,
And I think we've now learned that James isn't strong enough to overpower anyone.
wow. I've become
That's the moral
stronger.
of
I've
the
strengthened
story.
myself.
Yeah, since
yeah.
the incident.
So what are we going to do with the prize? Because
Well, I'm sorry,
Laura's
listeners.
wrong.
Yeah, I'm sorry, listeners.
And there's no one else who's entered the competition.
We're going to have to keep it. if you can't get the right answer, then
The only other people that texted in were you and me.
I think we should give the prize to Laura.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I
yeah.
think so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got a soft spot for Laura, and I think she should have the prize.
Yeah,
So well done, Laura. You've won.
you've won an origami
Goose, hen, thing.
thing.
Thanks.
I'm only bitter because I wanted it for myself. So.
Yeah. Well, thanks for entering the competition. Thank
Yeah,
you,
thank you.
everyone, for listening and texting in and
Yeah.
all your contributions.
Yeah.
And we will return next week.
time.
Yep.
Next week, same time next week.
Yep.
Like us on Facebook if you haven't already.
Check us out on YouTube.
and all
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Same.
You've been listening to Faces for Radio. I'm James Evans.
Miles Poole.
Alex Stratton-Lake.
This is Two Door Cinema Club with Sun.
Ocean blue, what happened?